Hey, welcome back to Ping Pong Flicks. My name is Chris Wong. Aloha Friday. I'm going to keep it really simple today, but it's still all going to be DC Extended Universe stuff. Hold on to your butts because there has been a lot of things coming out and I didn't have a chance to talk about it. I mean, it's really ramping up. All this stuff about DC Comics, DC films, and all the movies that are coming out. I don't know if it's leaks or whatever, but it seems to be pretty good timing to get you kind of even more hyped up for Justice League and what may occur after the events of Justice League. So it just gets you prepared. Now, I already talked about Aquaman already finishing production. That's great. But Joe Manginello, I think I'm saying his last name right, is Deathstroke, and Deathstroke is going to have his own solo film to be directed by none other than Gareth Evans, the director of the Raid franchise. If you've ever seen the Raid, it is a bombastic, hardcore, R-rated action flick with lots of stunts, lots of practical effects. It is really awesome. And even Dredd actually took inspiration from the first Raid of him going up that tower. Same thing. Perfect for a Slade Wilson movie. And I think I'm very happy that Joe Manganiello is still Deathstroke. It kind of felt pretty bad for him after Zack Snyder put him in that role. And they probably shot some stuff for Justice League, which I don't know if it's still going to be in the movie. But we'll see what happens. But I'm really happy that Joe Manganiello is getting his own film. And hopefully we'll see that Slade Wilson meet up with Batman in the future. But there's more news today is that Shazam has been casted. Now I don't mean Billy Batson as in the little boy. I'm saying Shazam, Captain Marvel himself, transformed, has been casted, and he is none other than Zachary Levi. And you're like, who? Who is Zachary Levi? Well, if you ever heard of that little spy comedy on TV, it's called Chuck, that's him. He's also the voice of Ryder in Tangled, and he's also in Heroes, and he's also in Thor Dark World. He's in quite a bit of films, and you may have recognized him or you may have not. He's going to get much more popular after the Shazam film. I think he's a good fit. I really do. He's an adult with a boyish charm to him. Once he bulks up and everything, I think he's going to look fantastic as Captain Marvel voice Shazam. So I think he's a real good casting. And where did that come from? I mean, we've been talking about John Cena, Derek Theuler. We've been talking about even Armie Hammer. Like, all of a sudden it's Zachary Levi. I never really thought about him, but I'm looking at him now. At first, when it first came out, when I was literally driving and the tweet came out that he was Zachary Levi. Zachary Levi. Who was that again? And I had to look back and Google and I'm like, oh, him. I mean, it totally came out of nowhere, came out of left field. It's almost like when Ben Affleck was cast as Batman. He wasn't even in the running per se, and all of a sudden he shows up and he's Batman, you know? But I think in this case he won't have that too much of a negative reaction, as I don't think so. You can let me know down in the comments below what you think about that. But I think this is pretty good. And then I tweeted out to Boss Logic and even Messy Panda, and I totally forgot about Detrini, but have them, come on, where's that photo manip of him on top of his Shazam body? And thankfully Boss Logic came through, not because of me, he was already working on it before I even said anything, but that looks fantastic. It's great. It's the same pose as the I think it's the same pose as the Armie Hammer version. But very interestingly how he puts the armor on top of here. It's not the spandex. It looks very armored. It looks very much like the Flash costume. It's got a little bit of that Superman of Steel look to him. And I think it's appropriate because you're probably going to see more of this modern take as opposed to the spandex uniform. So we're not sure what type of costume is Pony Smasher David Sandberg is going to utilize for this movie. We know it's going to be more lighthearted, comic-y tone, probably more family-friendly because it's going to have a child turn into Shazam Ultraman style. So I'm really happy to see how that's going to work about. The Trinity, I can't even pronounce your name, but he makes a fabulous form of nip. This looks probably, I can really envision that, this being the actual costume, this being what he actually looks like bulked up. I could really see that coming out, and and he's 6'3". Okay, this guy's 6'3". He is, I think, taller than Henry Cavill, but he will be around the same size, I think, as Dwayne Johnson. I'm never really sure how tall that is, but if he can go toe to toe with Dwayne Johnson side by side together, I think that will work wonders. I think it will match up real well. And because it's gonna be, it's in the DC Extended Universe, even though it's by New Line Cinema, it's part of the DC Extended Universe. I'm still feeling like Superman's going to show up. Dave Sandberg seems to be hinting about Superman a lot. I'm really hoping for Henry Cavill to show up, and maybe a little bit, even though they said right then that Dwayne Johnson is not involved in this. You never know. He could show up. They could change the script around and says, you know what? Let's do the Dwayne Johnson thing. Let's have Black Adam show up in this, and let's have them duke it out, or even like a end sequence or something. I don't know. But I'm really looking forward to this. I'm very happy they finally found somebody to be Shazam. Now we're all waiting to see who's going to be Billy Batson, which is it's important and it's great to know, but it's not as important to see the title character in the person who's going to be wearing that costume, the person who's going to be duking it out on screen, Shazam. So there you have it. Zachary Levi is Shazam. Now I want to end this video off with a little bit more about the Justice League. I already had that 30-minute kind of screening video that I put out earlier this week, so I don't really want to rehash that at all. There have been more talks. I may do a small video this weekend about all the collected positive reactions of that, say 30-minute video, and that was in China. So Fiona had put out a couple things. There is a little spoiler of some cameo of some individual or individuals. I'm not going to say what they are. If you want to see, go ahead, check out Twitter, check out Fiona's tweets. She talks about it in detail. But there has been a lot of positive reactions from China. There has been a lot of positive reactions from Paris, and now they're going to go to Italy, so we're going to see how that turns out. Now, to be fair and square, it is only 30 minutes of footage, and it's not actually the whole film, which actually kind of gets me thinking that because they're only seeing 30 minutes of footage and they were not going to have the embargo lift later, I'm thinking this movie is going to have a lot big type of spoilery type of events happening in this, very giant leaps in the story that we should not know right now. And just by looking at the soundtrack listing, I'm thinking there's some big stuff that's going to happen and go down. Hopefully not bad stuff in terms of characters, but I'm just saying, I may be getting way ahead of myself, but I am happy that they're keeping it short and sweet so that spoilers don't leak out too much of more than the movie. So I think that 30 minutes is perfect enough to contain it so that there's nothing really huge, and big details of the movie is not out until we actually watch it ourselves on November 16th or November 17th. So there you have it. This is some fantastic, great, big, giant news for the DC Extended Universe, and I can't be more happy. This universe is just blowing up, and it's going to continue to expand, and it's going to be great for all us DC fans. I kid you not, this is a wonderful time right now to be a DC fan, and I hope there's a kingdom come. I'm way ahead of myself, I know, but I really hope there's a kingdom come in the future. Later down the line, maybe towards the end of this universe. I don't know, but I really want to keep going. But I don't know. Okay, I'm talking way too much, getting way too excited about this stuff. All right, guys, what do you guys think about these news? Are you pretty happy with Zachary Levi? Are you happy for a Deathstroke solo movie? And have you seen those positive reactions for the first 30 minutes of Justice League? Let me know, what do you think about them? Comment down below. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, by the way, thank you for over 3,000 subscribers. I could not be more happy. I was totally blown away until Film Gob actually told me that I went over it. I didn't even know about that. But thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for following my videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye.